Hello students, JC here. Welcome back to Blue Studios. We have a fascinating topic to learn about. We're not going one, not going two, but going three-dimensional today. This lesson is all about 3D printing. We'll learn all about what 3D printing is and how it works. You can refer to the worksheet for today's lesson for some fun resources. Let's boot this machine up and get busy. Have you ever heard of it? You might be familiar with a standard computer printer, like what you would use to print off an essay or a sign for a lemonade stand. But a 3D printer is much more than that. What if I told you you can print anything with a 3D printer? Oh yes, anything. Go ahead, think of something. Oh, that? Yes, you can print that. Hard to believe, isn't it? A 3D printer is exactly what it sounds like. A machine that can create any solid three-dimensional item. What begins as a drawing on a computer becomes a freestanding object that you can pick up and hold. The term three-dimensional means that an object has 3 dimensions: height, width, and depth. Take a look around you. You are surrounded by three-dimensional objects. The computer in front of you, the table, the chair, that life-size Batman figurine. Oh, is that just me? 3D printing has been used to make a huge variety of items, such as eyewear, dental products, tools, art, and so much more. The potential is truly limitless, and the world of 3D printing is growing at a rapid pace. How does it work, you ask? It's no surprise that this process begins with a computer. A coder will use a design program to create the blueprints for an item. This information is sent to the 3D printer as the computer dissects a plan into a bunch of mini slices. A slice represents one segment of information about the shape and size of the object. Imagine a loaf of bread turned on its end. The design is the entire loaf, and each bread slice contributes a bit more information to construct the final shape. Of course, the slices understood by the 3D printer are much smaller than a piece of bread. The computer captures every twist, turn, nook, and cranny of every object's design. Once the design is deconstructed into slices, it's time to turn that data into physical evidence. A 3D printer completes construction in an additive manner, meaning the slices of information are added as layers of material. This is different than a subtractive method of creation, which is quite common in manufacturing. When things are made subtractively, it means some material is taken away to form a shape, like starting with a block of wood and whittling out a design. Additive construction is much more material efficient and greatly limits waste. The machine functions like a robotic ketchup bottle, but a lot more precise and a lot less messy. An applicator arm holds a canister of material and can move in any direction, following the information file of the design. To generalize the complexity of this machine, the applicator nozzle squirts out blobs of material and continues building it higher to construct exactly what you want it to do. Though the term blob might be misleading because those slices of information are incredibly thin and intricate. One by one, each slice is layered on top of the last to bring the desired shape to life. The printing process can take as little as half an hour or longer than a week. The complexity of the project and the type of material used will contribute to the time it takes to print. Objects as large as boats and bridges have been produced with 3D printing. And the smallest creations, think mini sculptures that can perch on top of your fingertip. All kinds of materials can be used in a 3D printer. Like standard computer printer uses ink, 3D printers use a range of substances to produce the end object. The most common material is a melted plastic that cools and hardens after being extracted from the nozzle. Other types of 3D printers use a powder that is heat fused in each layer to form a solid or layer cured resin or ultraviolet light solidified polymers. You can even print with materials like rubber, carbon fiber, and food. Yes, you can print edible things. It's expected that the future of 3D printing holds some very delicious potential. One common application for three-dimensional printing in the gastronomical field is making molds. Chefs and bakers can craft custom-shaped stamps and forms to add a dramatic flair to their dishes. Would you like your next breakfast muffin to be shaped like a dragon? No problem. A 3D printer can make you a baking mold. Yes, 3D printing in the kitchen is all the rage. Food artists have made things like diamond-shaped chocolate gems, geometric pastry shells, fancy pastas, and elaborate pancakes. Imagine having a 3D printer as a common kitchen appliance. It would sit right next to your toaster. You can take a look at a recipe index, select what meal sounds good, and push a button to print the dish of your choosing. Or the brownie bar of your choice. That's some real Star Trek space science. But we don't have to travel very far in the future to access this technology. 3D food printers exist right now, and all sorts of edible creations have been concocted, from fancy chocolate confections to plant-based burgers. Remember how I said the potential of 3D printing is limitless? The concept of printing food is especially interesting in the realm of space exploration. Instead of being confined to eating power bars and packaged goods, astronauts could have the possibility of fresh pizza in space. And when you spend months in orbit, that's pretty drool-worthy. 3D printing isn't just for the doctors, scientists, and chefs out there, it's for kids too. If you're learning to code with Blue Studios, you're on your way to becoming a digital dimensional designer. There are resources online that will help you draft up blueprints and send out your design to be 3D printed. And if you have a few spare coins in your piggy bank, you can even purchase a tiny 3D printer that sits on your desk. Need a pencil holder? No problem, your printer can do that. Missing that one essential Lego piece? Ask your printer to make it for you. Want to make a personalized necklace for your best friend? Off to the printer. If you could 3D print anything at all, what would it be? I think I would make a mashed potato catapult. Only to use outside, of course. Do you have your worksheets out? If not, grab a blank piece of paper and something to draw with. Use that space at the bottom of your worksheet to draw a design of something you'd like to 3D print. Though the process of printing starts on a computer, that idea begins in your brain. A fun way to explore those design plans is to draw them out with a pencil and paper. We'd love to see the draft you sketched. It doesn't have to be fancy. Maybe you just need a spoon to eat your cereal. Have your grown-up help you take a pic of your blueprints and share using the buttons below. Tag Blue Studios so we can find your post and send some virtual kudos your way. And when you're ready to step up to the next level and turn your creations into real three-dimensional objects, have a look at the resources on your worksheet for how you can do just that. It's fun, it's cool, it's techy, but 3D printing is also changing the world. The advancement of this technology is making manufacturing faster, more efficient, and less expensive. And that benefits the consumer as well. People that need prosthetic limbs will not be paying a fortune for a custom one. Emergency dental fittings will be easier to access, and products can be sold for less when they can be made on site. The expanding field is paving the way for the medical world to grow and evolve. Biological 3D printing may also open up doors to printing with human cells. This means that when a person needs a skin graft or transplant, it can simply be created. Design accessibility is becoming more inclusive, and the potential it holds is incredible. Let's review what we have learned today. 3D printing is the process of turning a digital design into a real-life tangible object using a specially designed 3D printer. These machines function by interpreting a three-dimensional digital design into individual slices of information. With a highly mobile robotic arm and a canister of pliable material, the slices are drawn out layer by layer, building up to form the desired shape. With this technology, the potential is boundless in nearly every field: mechanics, medical, manufacturing, space travel, and just for plain old fun. From an idea to a digital design to a three-dimensional item, the process of a concept to reality has never been more efficient or accessible. Gosh, I'd love to have a 3D food printer in my kitchen right now. Learning always makes me hungry, and I could do with some fancy-shaped pancakes. I'm really glad you could join me in this lesson today. Learning about 3D printing was so fun. To think that a printer can make a boat is kind of mind-boggling. But that's science and technology for you, isn't it? Ever evolving and ever improving. Well, from my boggled brain to yours, have a great day, and I'll see you on the next Blue Studios episode. Bye!
We are thrilled that you're watching Blue Studios 24/7. We're so excited to bring round-the-clock entertainment and educational content to your home. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with our latest videos. At Blue Studios, we aspire to revolutionize the way families spend time together. We empower families by providing them with tools to work together, earn and learn, and achieve new heights of success. Visit www.bluestudios.io to discover more about our mission and how we empower families to succeed. Thank you so much for being part of our community. Keep watching and learning with us. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button.